Greetings of the day, children. I hope you all are doing very well. And just a gentle reminder about your notebook, since we have started with a new chapter in the previous session, and that is motion and measurement of distances. I hope you all have taken down all the important points discussed in the previous session, children. So let us see what are we having in this session for the chapter motion and measurement of distances. Please do maintain index as well, children. That is a regular practice of maintaining notebooks. So let us see what we will have today. We have seen the standard unit of measurements in the previous session. We have discussed about the SI system of units, that is International Standard Units of Measurement, which gives you accurate reading, and it remains the same across the globe. So let us see making measurement of a length with the scale. How scale will help us to take an accurate measurement of a length. So each meter is divided into 100 equal divisions called centimeter. So here you can see over here it's a 1 meter scale. A meter scale you can see, and you have each meter is divided into 100 equal division called centimeter, and each centimeter has 10 equal divisions called millimeter. So here with the ruler it is very clear. You can see your ruler in your geometry box, and you can make out the calibration or the division done over there in your ruler. So this is a 1 meter scale where it has been calibrated or divided into 100 equal division, which is called as centimeter, and each centimeter has 10 equal division. I hope this is very clear with you all, children. Each centimeter 10 equal division, and that is called as millimeter. You can take your scale and you can check, children. I hope it's clear. Please take down all the points which are mentioned in your notebook, children. So let us go for next. Least count. What is least count? A scale is marked in centimeters and millimeters. With a scale of this kind, we can measure correctly up to 1 millimeter. That is 1/10 of a centimeter. This is called the least count of a scale, that is 15 centimeter scale which we have. So the least count is actually the smallest measurement which can be done with the help of a scale or any device. Here we are talking about a scale, so I am going to talk only in terms of a scale. So this is the smallest measurement which we can do. So in a scale, the smallest measurement which we can do is 1 millimeter. So that is 1/10 of a centimeter, because 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter, as you all know. So that 1/10 of a centimeter becomes the least count of a scale. I hope the concept of least count is very clear with you all. So we will go for next, making measurement of a length. In making measurement of length of an object, we should follow the following procedure. Place the scale in contact with the object along its length as shown in figure. So how are we going to measure any object? How are we going to measure the length of an object? Let us see a proper correct method. So making measurement of a length, let us see. Here you have on the left hand side, the way you are going to place the scale is shown. Left hand side it is a correct method, and the right hand side is incorrect. You have to keep it straight, and it should not be tilted as shown in a figure on the right hand side. So this is the method of placing the scale along the length to be measured, and you can easily measure the length with the help of the scale, and the scale should be placed properly as shown on the left hand side. It should not be tilted, otherwise it will not give you accurate reading. I hope this is very clear, children, and we will go for next. Do write this in your notebook. Meter. Now let us see a standard unit of length, how you can convert meter into centimeter, and the other units also we will see. So first of all, meter, it is the standard unit of length. When you are measuring a length, you have to use a standard unit, and that is meter. The symbol is M. and 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Please take this down. And the other SI unit also you have to take it down. SI unit means International Standard Units. That is also called as MKS, that is meter kilogram second system. So here in this MKS system, that is the SI or the international system, includes the measurement for the length, for weighing the weight, that means the units of the weight, that is in kilogram, and time in second. So that is called as MKS system, where you are measuring the distance, the weight and time. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter, 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram, and 1 second is equal to 1 upon 60 minutes. This measurement you have to take it down in your notebook, children, because it is called as MKS system. I hope this is very clear. And MKS system is also a SI system, that is the International Standard Units. Please take this down. We will go for next. Here we will see 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. You will see the conversion of the meter, and 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. For measuring large distances, meter is not a convenient unit, so we define a larger unit of length, that is called as kilometer, and 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. All this conversion you have to take it down in your notebook, children. So you can easily convert meter into centimeter or centimeter into meter. You can convert centimeter into millimeter, and for larger measurement, for larger distances, it is not advisable or convenient to use a unit meter, where definitely we will use the unit called as kilometer. The distance between the two places is always measured in terms of kilometer, because that is a larger unit and a convenient unit. And 1 kilometer will be always equal to 1000 meter. Please take this down, children, in your notebook. Then measurement with a scale with broken ends. What happens if in case of your scale is broken? You have to measure something with a broken scale. You do not have any other means. Then what you will do? So let us see what are we going to do in such condition, where you have to do measurement of an object with the help of broken scale. So avoid taking measurements from 0 mark first of all. So if you have broken end, so we should not be using 0 mark of that scale. Use any other full mark of the scale, say 1 centimeter. So any other mark which is not broken, if 1 centimeter is also broken, then you can start from 2 centimeter. So in case only the 0 mark, the end is broken, you can start from 1 centimeter. Subtract the reading of this mark from the reading at the other end. For example, we are going to see the figure in the next slide. The reading starting mark is 1 centimeter, and at the other end it is 6.5 centimeter. So when you are beginning with 1 centimeter, you have to subtract from the final reading, that is 6.5 centimeter. Therefore the length of the object will be 6.5 minus 1, that will give me 5.5 centimeter, and not 6.5 centimeter, because we have started the measurement from 1 centimeter since the end is broken. So this is the logic applied over there, children, and please make a note of all these, very important. Just have a look at this. Incorrect way on the left hand side, where the end is broken and the 0 is not there, you will not start from 0, because that will give you error in the reading. So in that case, when the scale is broken at the end, you are going to begin with 1, and you can take the measurement from 1, and then you can check how many centimeter you move and just mark it. So this is the correct method of placing the scale with broken end, that is your right hand side. I hope this is very clear how you measure when the ends of the scales are broken. So correct position of the eye is also important for making measurement, not only using a scale properly and measuring it properly. Your eye contact with the object which you are measuring should be correctly placed. Like step 1, keep the scale in contact with your object to be measured. Step 2, start measuring from the zero mark of the scale, and if the scale is broken, you know what to do. Step 3, to avoid taking incorrect measurement, the eye position should be correct. Now, where you need eye position? Consider the following figure. You have to write down all the steps, children. So now just have a look at this. Now you have a broken scale and you see the eye contact. So eye contact you can see over there. Here when you are looking, you see the left hand side. When you are keeping eye contact at inclination, you are getting 4.9 centimeter. On the other side, right hand side, you are getting 4.7 centimeter. But when you are vertically straight, look will give you 4.8 centimeter. That will be accurate reading. So the position of the eye when you are measuring with the scale is extremely important. Otherwise, it will give you error in the reading due to improper contact with the scale and the object. I hope this is very clear. So the eye position in the center is correct to get an accurate measurement. Please do write this. While the other ones in the left and right direction will give some error in measurement, as I told you. You just have to mention in your notes, children. I hope the concepts are very clear, children, and the session was interesting to you all. So here we had come to an end of the session, children. Thank you and have a great day.